So,
there's nothing wrong with you. You're from good stock.
so Grandma Shandine's was 96 when she died.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she almost made it to 100. She was a tough one. Dad always told me, you always want to tease her. And she'd take it just that long. And then she'd give up.
She's feisty. So what was her full name?
Anna.
Anna Shandines. And that's your mother's, that's your father's
My father's mother.
mother.
And she had 10 children.
Wow. So your dad, my grandfather, was one of 10 children.
Yeah.
And he was Louis. Louis Shandines?
Louis, yeah.
Grandpa?
Louis, LJ, he would call himself.
LJ.
Louis J. LJ.
And what did the J stand for Grandpa?
J. John.
Louis John Shandines.
Yeah. That was his father's name, was John.
Ah, okay. And so,
I
you
never knew Grandpa Shandies too well.
Yeah.
All I remember those days, they were set up in a funeral home, you know. They were in their own home when they died and were in their coffin.
Yeah.
That's how I remember. He had a beard, you know, a nice beard. And I don't even ever remember talking to him because he died, I think, when he was in his early 70s.
Yeah.
So I was, what, about 4 or 5, you know.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, you don't remember a lot when you're 5 years old. You don't remember a lot when you're 5.
No.
No. So he died when you were 5. And how old was your grandpa when he died then?
He was 64.
So Grandma lived another 32 years to 96? My great-grandma, Anna Shandines.
And she didn't want to leave her home.
She wanted to stay in her
Ruth had a
home.
hard time until she fell and broke her elbow.
Yeah.
Then she went with Ruth, my sister.
Oh, okay.
Lived with Ruth. But she cried. She didn't want to leave her home. She didn't want to leave.
And her home was in Germantown?
No?
Grandma Shandine's, her home was in Germantown?
Oh, yeah. My mother, we had a big 2-story home, you know. And they took that down. And I was so upset the last time I went home. I said, oh, I have to go see my house, my home. And Mom said, no, it's not there anymore. They took it down.
So when did they take your home down?
My home.
Grandma's home. The one we visited for your
Yeah.
25th anniversary, right?
Yeah, our
In Germantown.
25th anniversary.
Yeah, the home you grew up in. Did they take that down, or is that still there?
That's still there.
Oh, okay. So it was your grandmother's house that they took down, not your house.
No, it was my house that they took down. And Mom moved into Grandma's house when she passed away.
Oh, okay.
She got Grandma's house.
And Grandma's house was how far away from your house?
Maybe almost a block.
A block. Okay.
There was a house, there was a town yard there, like a park. And then there was a house there, and then there was Mom's house, with a road and then Mom's house.
Yeah. And so, 10 kids raised in that home. And my grandpa, Louis John, was one of them.
Yeah.
Now, where was he in the 10 kids? What was his ranking?
She had Herman, Dad, Henry, John, and what's Red's name? Father's name? Joe. 5 boys. And she had 1, 2. She had one of the girls was a nun. Sister Soleja. She was just so beautiful. I asked her, how come you never got married? You know. She said, well, I'll tell you what. She said, I was happy. Because she says, I always had a roof over my head. Always had something to eat. She was a teacher.
And so that's your Aunt Salacia?
Sister Soleja.
Salacia, was that her first name?
Yeah, that's her name. Sister
So
Soleja.
that's my grandpa's sister,
Yeah.
Sister Salacia.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Then
became
there
a
was
nun.
Elizabeth, was the other daughter, and I think there was only 2 girls. Oh no, and Aunt was that? There was another girl. 3 girls and 8 boys. No, 7 boys, like I had.
7 boys just like you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those Shandings. They can sure pump out those kids, can't they?
Mm-hmm.
The Shandings, they know how to have a bunch of kids, don't they?
Yeah, it's poor Orange. She had 14
14.
pregnancies.
Wow.
Holy cow, no wonder, she's not that well.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Grandpa died, my great-grandpa, your grandfather,
My father
your father,
died when he was 64.
64.
And he retired 2 years before that, when he was 62. And Mom said, see, he ran the depot, railroad,
Yeah.
Southern Railroad. And also took work for the mill as handling the bills and mailing out the flour, and everything.
Yeah.
And he was a little stinker. He was in the 6th grade, and he just thought he was going to have fun with the nun, I guess, or with the kids in the class. She had her back toward her doing something on the board, and he took her veil. She told him, go sit down. She didn't want him at the board. And pull her veil. And he was taken out of school, I know that.
So he pulled the nun's veil off.
Yeah.
As a kind of trying to be
Boy,
funny.
she didn't know what to do, because they got real short hair,
Yeah.
And you stand there laughing,